Hello everyone and welcome to the Mancini the Amazing channel. We're here in the final week of the VBL Season 17 on season. I have, through wit, skill and determination, managed to lock playoffs with that 2-0 win last week. If I hadn't gotten a 2-0 win, then I would need to pull at least one win out of this game, but I am guaranteed to make it into playoffs. That said, that does not mean we are not taking my opponent seriously this week, as you can tell by the fact that the first thing I put on my team was a helping hand Koraidon. I'm playing against Rhocke, and this is the wrong league. That's a first. Yeah, sorry, that's for a different league, which may or may not be coming up on the channel. Depends. How I think I'm definitely gonna start filming the games, but I don't know if I'm gonna really do anything with it because it's gonna be a bit of a challenge to follow. Yeah. Mono Dark team, so no Mewtwo, I can tell you that much. They do also have Zacian, who's also good into Psychic. Just in case I wanted to consider using Psychic, they just wanted to make sure with Zacian that I knew that I couldn't do that. So yes, a lot of Dark types and a Zacian. So the reason I have Helping Hand Koraidon is because it ensures that Charizard, who I was meant to drop one of these moves for Dragon Pulse, and I'm pretty sure it's Fire Blast. It ensures that with a Helping Hand boost, Charizard can overheat, one-hit KO, and even a reasonably bulky Zacian through a defensive Terra that resists fire. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's the entire reason. I don't if they don't have a fire resist Terra on Zacian, then it's much less the Helping Hand's less important. But also then they might be leaning with Sucker Punch stuff, so I can bring in Lele to turn off Sucker Punch. And then lately there's got an Assault Vest. Do I have my Terras set? I didn't set my Terras at all? That's crazy. I set this Terra. Okay, I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to be Terra Grass. Tail Whip drops defense stat by one stage, so this can support an offensive-ish Koraidon, which is pretty cool. I don't have Sleep Powder because I didn't want to run it. I just don't think it's very fun. So, Terra Grass. I think I had Breaking Swipe at one point, and it made more sense in that context. Tail Whip, I mean. Terra... I guess just fighting makes some sense. No, it should be Terra Dark, so that I take less damage from Oblivion Wing. Raging Bolt. Is Terra Electric. Terra Electric's probably fine. It's really only Crocodile that can hit me super effectively, and being able to do extra damage with Electro Web is good. It moves it up to 60 base power as well as giving the base boost. And then I've got Tinkaton, which Terra Fairy's probably fine. It just means that I take the fighting move better. I don't have any weaknesses pre and post Terra that are shared, so yeah. Tink, I've got Helping Hand on a few Pokemon, with the idea being they can Helping Hand the Charizard or the Koraidon to be able to do more damage. And then if I get Tailwind up, they can also potentially Helping Hand my Spadef Lele. So that should be cool. Lele is gonna enjoy getting the 60 base power boost on Draining Kiss from Terra as well. So we'll just pretend that the fairy was an intentional decision. I don't remember if it was. It's only that Terra Grass wasn't. Alright. I've let my opponent know to challenge me. Yeah. Yveltal is definitely a real issue for this team outside of Charizard. Charizard can do a lot of damage to Yveltal, but Pokemon that aren't Charizard struggle somewhat more to overpower Yveltal. I appreciate that their prankster Pokemon is Morgrem, partly because Morgrem isn't amazing, but predominantly because Morgrem doesn't have access to any weather moves, like Rain Dance or Sandstorm, to be able to disrupt my weather. So the only way they can turn off my weather before a Charizard attack is by having their own Scarfer that turns off the weather. So that's pretty helpful. Of course. Or by using Thunder Wave on Charizard or Scary Face to drop its speed, but then I can use Lele to protect around that. So yeah, it sort of lets me keep the weather up, and then I do still have Weather Ball here. Even if they do change the weather, this means that I'm still getting decent damage out of it. I don't know if this is necessarily the most optimal defense spreads, because I am a bit worried about Sucker Punch stuff. Clearly I spent a little bit less time on this than I wish I did. The Tinkerton is just faster than Crocodile. That's the purpose. Hopefully my opponent does send me the challenge. Yeah. They've had... Oh, I'm not logged in. I'm just going to quickly put up the matchup screen while I log in. I'll try again. That's, yeah. Yeah, that's definitely new. Yeah, Guzzlord is their only access to Wide Guard, so that's interesting for Dazzling Gleam options. But they do obviously, like, the big Zacian is a problem. Raging Bolt needs to have at least 20 special attack IVs. No! It does! What? Oh, it needs to be exactly 20 special attack IVs. Okay, well that sucks a little. Sorry, I didn't even mention this. With the Psychic Seed boost and Sun Up, I have like insane spit F on my Raging Bolt. I had to drop my special attack further. I guess it can only be 20 or 31, which is interesting. But I had to drop it at 25 to make it so that I could get the special defense boost. But I guess it has to be 20. Okay, Aquajet. No Prankster. They brought Crocodile, which is always a good sign. It's only 2 fairies. It's only 2 fairies. Oh, yeah. You could roll that. Okay, so Terra-wise, they have 2 Fairy Resist Terras, and they do have the Fire Resist Terra on Zacian, which I expected. Alright, let's just go with the basic Koraidon Charizard lead. And then in the back... no poor Morgrim. I guess I'll just go, like... I'll just go Lele and Tinkerton, or maybe Raging Bolt's fine. Raging Bolt's a funny guy. Okay, so they could be Scarf, Meowscarada, and then Power Gem me, but I don't think that that's a KO. They could be Scarf, Meowscarada, and knock off Charizard, and that would be really bad. Sorry, I don't think it's a KO if my Charizard goes for Terrafire. I do think it's a KO if I don't. Alright, let's go for this. We'll see if they've got the Scarf Power Gem. I think that's probably a pretty reasonable bring. I didn't consider that before, like, right now at lead. But yeah, so this, ideally, what happens here is whatever Meowscarada does is into Koraidon, and I'm able to get this Helping Hand over Heat Off. And they do Terra with Zacian, which they did not do. Well, I kind of wish a Heat Wave then. Yeah, I mean, we expect this sort of nonsense to come out, right? The unfortunate thing is, I'm not Fire Blast. I wound up running the other set, which is certainly less good in this particular context. Alright, gonna come out, get my special defense boost. I'm gonna click Electroweb. And honestly, I'm pretty sure Overheat will still pick up Meowscarada very safely. I'm wishing I was defense boosting right now. In front of the Zacian. I'm kind of expecting the Zacian to go for Terra. Because it will also definitely still die to Charizard. In fact, I think after another -2, it'll still die to Charizard if it doesn't Terra. If they double the Raging Bolt this turn, obviously that's probably reasonably good for them. Okay, if they single it... Oh, they don't even attack it. Okay. I think if I hit both these Electrowebs, that's pretty reasonable for me. I still have Lele. Alright, I'm gonna throw a Thunderclap into Zacian and the Overheat into Meowscarada. What was the Meowscarada? Normal. Normal. Interesting. I should definitely throw out an Electroweb, and then the Overheat into Meow. Okay, well, I wish I Thunderclapped. The good news is, I'm pretty sure my Lele is still faster. I wish I had less turns of Sun so that I lived. I just don't think I win here. I don't think I win if they have Protect. Maybe I should have protected. I mean, I should have Thunderclapped, right? That's the thing that I said I should have done, and I agree that I should have done it. Because that would have gotten Chip into this. Am I even faster than this? I don't think I am. I should have run more speed on Lele. I should have just had more stats. If I just had more stats, then everything would be fine. Okay, never mind. GG's. Okay. I don't think they terrored that game. They did not terror that game. I think if they terrored, they probably also would have won. I should save the replay. Okay. Lack of fun still? Yeah, it probably didn't need to be something. I don't know. Alright, if I lead Koraidon and Hoppip, and then have Charizard, and I think it will just be Lele in the back. My thoughts are, I can protect and Tailwind here. I do expect the Meowscarada to still play off the Koraidon, but if it does, I obviously get the ability to Terra. I don't know, I probably could have invested this Hoppip better as well. I'm just... I think it depends what they do with a Shifu, like how they're invested and stuff, but I can probably survive this turn. Yeah, okay. I was pretty sure it did still go off. Okay, do they CC? No, they Wicked Blow into the Badmon. I mean, it's fine. Cool. I sort of feel like Heatwave can kill both of these Pokemon. I'm just gonna Flame Charge and Terrify Heatwave here. Okay. Yes. Yes, Heatwave can kill both of these Pokemon here. That is an accurate statement. Yeah, Charizard is very good. Oh, but I already just did Charizard video last week. What can I do to not just be Charizard video? Alright, this does need a helping hand here because they're probably going to do something with Koraidon. May also do something with Yveltal. But like helping hand Charizard is just insane. Like, it's so good. Maybe I can do something more Spider-Woman themed. But I don't know if she's necessarily got the Oh, she works. It works because in the movie, in the Spider-Verse movies, right? She's got the motorbike, and Scythesar's motorbike. Why are they not using Terra? Okay, I missed, and like I'm still gonna win. Oh, that time it KO'd. I wonder what the difference was. It did 61 last time. I don't know what caused that difference. Well, Terra was... Okay, it's Terra Dark. Well, I Flame Charge, and I Moonblast. It's possible I lose just as a result of the sort of way that I brought my Pokemon about. But I think if Yveltal goes down... I don't think Yveltal's going down. So I should just double the Zacian, right? I think Dazzling Gleam is probably enough to, yeah, put out the 9% on Zacian. Maybe I should have thought Yveltal was going down. Oh, yeah. Alright, let's just go for the Helping Hand Moonblast. GG indeed. I guess probably technically my best play would be to protect Moonblast. Because it prevents them getting up like a unreasonable amount of health from Koraidon. Okay, yeah. Look, I ran Monotype last season. Obviously, I had a much better run with it, but it's a really difficult thing to pilot. They didn't Terra either game. Why no Terra either game? Oh no, they Terra'd this game. Why no Terra game 1? I feel like this last turn, if they Terra Watered, they definitely would have lived the overheat. And they probably got a KO into Lele, and then I died to Solar Power, so they probably could have won game 1. Okay, they left. Or had they switched in and out? Oh, they switched out. That's why the damage was different. They weren't no longer with Intrepid Sword, because it only procs once per game now. Sure. Yeah, well, thank you guys all for watching. This was another sort of quick one as I'm getting towards the end of the season. And get to put Tinkerton on the field, but it's pretty cool. I will have to, yeah, definitely workshop whatever I'm doing with my my last pick there. Sorry, my last thumbnail. But thank you guys all for watching. It's been a really solid season. Glad to have made playoffs. Glad to have made playoffs with a pretty solid record as well. Thanks so much to Rhocke. And please leave a comment down below.